Yeah, man, what's up, y'all? It's Nick from Upper Room Fitness, and I just want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Ordinary People Podcast. Hey, man, yo, first thing first, yo, subscribers gone crazy over the last week. I don't know if that's something I posted on Instagram, but just a week ago, I had 22 subscribers here on this channel, and within a week, at the time of recording this video, I'm just under we're just under 2K. It's crazy. I mean, all the support that I'm getting right now on the channel, just like the growth is actually crazy. I never thought I'd see something like that. So I'm super grateful for everyone who took the time to even subscribe and watch the videos. It really means a lot. And I'm really just excited to keep on growing from here. I mean, we haven't been doing this too long, but I'm looking to grow to be more consistent with it for sure. Uh, Next thing's next. I also wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who reached out and just wished me well for my situation. That definitely does mean a lot to me. To get, I wasn't really expecting that many people to really like showing support for it. It's just one of the things, but I like to update people on what I'm going through. So I definitely appreciate it. It means a lot, honestly. My bad if I'm moving around fidgety because the way I'm sitting is not conventional. Uh, and I guess everybody else is popping in who's probably trying to figure out what he's saying thank you for. Um, Again, post them on Instagram. So definitely those were a lot of updates that have come through it. But I recently potentially probably tore my patella tendon, so I just made a little post and just got a lot of feedback from that. So if you guys have it, you guys go check it out. Um, super grateful for everybody just reaching out, showing support. I mean, I'm ready to just get locked in and get back and start working again. So, in the process of trying to find a little orthopedic, little process trying to be military and going through the VA. You know. But so definitely looking forward to just get this thing rolling. With that also being said, the content is probably going to take a different shift. It's going to turn a little bit. Um, I'm just going to try and document the process as much as I can. It's going to be kind of hard for me to train people at the moment, but I'm also, if you guys still interested in needing training, I also offer virtual coaching. So this is definitely a platform where even if you guys aren't even in the same country as me, we can definitely still connect via Google Duo, Zoom, whatever. Email me, text me. We can figure something out. Definitely want to help you guys if I can anyway. Especially now I can't move around much. I'm gonna be sitting here. So but yeah, definitely the content is definitely gonna shift probably a little bit more towards my rehab, documenting a little bit more on that. Probably will still start seeing more of me doing these podcast type vibes. Uh, Probably also will be a time where I start bringing more people onto here as well. So I mean, we stay tuned. You never know which way it's gonna go with me. Honestly, just go with the flow. Uh, like this, I don't. It's probably been a month since we've actually done this, but I've also been posting workout videos. We did like a group workout video last week. A group of us, we went out and did some ladder drills, bow tie drills, uh, throwing the football, really good time. Then linked up, did a gym video of just like an educational kind of video, talking about tips and things. That's also a great one to check out. And then prior to my injury, got a video I was working on, which I will post still. Probably most of it will be on Instagram, but we was doing a lot of curve training and running on curves, sprinting, ladder drills, threw a little football. So I'll probably be posting that on the IG uh, relatively soon. Look out for probably over the course of this week for sure. Um, but yeah, like other things that I got going on. Let's talk about um, I guess just the business. As you see, I got the little shirt on. So, in working on just getting more merch. I've been working on some things to start trying to push out for the summer. So, probably gonna have a little summer drop for y'all. Um, I'm talking like check out some of the apparel and like the quality of the shirts and stuff. Like I don't want to put anything out there that I wouldn't wear myself either. So, um, I also requires me to get things in, test them out, see how I feel about it, and then we kind of go from there. Uh, we got to run all that process go. What else we got? I got the handy dandy notebook always, cause A boy can ramble sometimes, and we just gotta keep it going the best we can. Boom. Okay. Nope. We got everything. So now, I mean, now we got all that, out the way. Kind of sped through that, but now, I mean, we can get into the actual portion of the episode today, or the content of the Ordinary People podcast. But this has been ringing in my hair like crazy for the last like week or two, and I think I feel like somebody probably need this message too because I need it for myself. But run the play, you know what I mean? Like stop waiting on things. Stop trying to wait for everything to line up perfectly, and just run the play. You know what I mean? I think the best way I can put this in terms to is that I guess I relate it to like football, like or not even football, just in sports in general. Like sometimes you're not gonna know if a play is good or bad until you actually go run the play. I mean, until then it's just theory. So I feel like you just gotta run that play. You just gotta run it. It don't matter if you run that play and there's a bad play, well, shit, now we scrap it. You know what I mean? Or they might find things that you need to get tweaked, and you just keep on going from there. Because I mean, especially if it's your first time calling the play, like or running the play, you gonna fuck it up. I mean, that's why you need practice. You guys gotta get it right. So, I mean, if you actually believe in something that you're trying to do, like fuck it, just do it. Excuse my language, like, but just do it. I mean, you know, taking Nike's bar, but for real, like, you really just gotta just take that chance and just go with however it goes. I mean, like I said, transition that to like the real world, like there's so many things that you probably thinking about doing and you let doubt and stuff creep in. Like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I want to do it. And all that time that you spent like doubting yourself or wondering, you could have ran the play, 10 times at this point. And maybe the first 3 or 4 times you ran the play it was like, damn, like, you know, might not call out play again, but you probably saw something in it. Okay, well, maybe we can do this, but just things got to get tweaked out and fixed and play before you can actually execute things properly. So definitely don't hesitate, especially if you spend all this time thinking about all the pieces and things and what happens when it goes wrong. What are you gonna do then, huh? Like things are gonna break down. The same way where you go run the play, the defense is running the play too, and they might have something for you. So what are you gonna do there? I mean, you can break or you can try and figure something else out. You know what I mean? And really, if what you want is worth it, you won't let any of that stuff stop you. Cause, I mean, I like to tell people I'm training with, like I'd be damned if I let somebody else stop me from being great. Like let yourself be the one who knocks you off your path. I think that's like a big thing that I've kind of starting to grow to understand, at least in this season of my life, is that you just gotta run the play. I mean, fuck it. Like, excuse the language again, but I think like even in this like last like 4 months, even with me just trying to start my own business, and being more proactive about it, like even like my word of the day post, I started off doing one thing, and as it, I kind of had an idea that it probably wasn't gonna be where it wants it to be, and even where it's at now, I do see myself like changing it, but it allows me to like just you ran the play, okay, you got like 2 or 3 yards with it, but maybe you're trying to get like 10 to 15, so you gotta work your way up to, you know, building more chunks out of that play, I guess you would say. Uh, but even in the sense that I start a lot of things understanding that adjustments are probably going to need to be made along the way. That's probably something I probably picked up from the military is that it don't matter how well you plan something, something is always going to go wrong. It is not saying that you didn't prepare or you didn't plan something, but how common do things really, play out to the T? Like it's not often very much at all. I mean, I can't really think of too many times if something really played out. Uh, Other than if it's like you just seen something ran back so many times and you watch it, okay, like that's one situation. But I think when you're planning forward, it never you gonna hit potholes. You're gonna, especially in the way you never really traveled before. Shit, even when you driving, you waiting for the GPS to connect. You like, I ain't never really been around this area, so I'm not gonna really drive with the normal habits. I might just stay in this lane because I don't know when these turns is coming up. And that's just me rambling because I don't know how I got to talking about that. But regardless of the fact, man, like you gotta run the plays, man. Like and especially if you're steering the ship, like you gotta run that play, and you gotta be willing to take it. If it's not good, it's not good. And you just can't grow from it. And that might even come from me like having more opportunities to play quarterback in a flag football experience. Like the fact that like now that like I probably get more opportunities just to do that, even if it's just in an intramural space. But understanding that like you're in control of what happens every play, whether it's you call the plays or you do some bullshit. You drop the ball at the snap, or you throw an interception, or you know, in terms of like you're the first outside of the center, you're the first person to touch the ball every play, and in that same theory, if I'm about to go and try to score, the goal is to score points, right? That's the ultimate goal every time. So why would I call a play that doesn't work? Or why would I call a play that I didn't think would work? You know what I mean? Like doesn't you're wasting your opportunities already. Like you could have just called the same play again, like rather than you just calling a play that you didn't think was gonna work, right? So it's just in that same theory for life. Like what's the ultimate goal? You know what I mean? Is the single play the goal, or is it just the steps that you gotta take to get to that goal? So just like a big part of like detaching yourself from the process sometimes and be like, I mean, shit, like this is really not how I'm trying to do it, but it looks like this is the way I'm gonna have to do it for me for right now. So just go ahead and do it that way, and just feel good about knowing that you just one step closer to the goal. Thing, and that also is just another way of saying being comfortable with the uncomfortable, like just doing things that require you just not be comfortable, and that's why I say like running the play, like I don't want to throw that ball. I don't want to. So not everybody wants to be the one who makes that catch. It's not saying that like they don't think they can't make the catch, but it's. I mean, I guess it's a lot of pressure to be that guy or be that girl. Like you got to be able to do it. I mean that's just the difference, I guess, between like good and great. Um, is being willingness to put yourself in those situations to be bad, to for things to be your fault. I'm not saying that like things are going to be your fault, but if you really want to be great, like you just take accountability for everything. Like it doesn't matter if it really was your fault or not. It's just like fuck it. Like I'm gonna find a way to make up for that deficit, regardless of what it is. Um, and it's not about being harsh on yourself or being like negative. It's just understanding that you got the capacity to do more, and you just expect more out of yourself. And there's more than what anybody could ever put on you or put on me. That's how I feel. I don't really, you know, the standard is me. I got the standard is whatever standard I set for myself. I don't try and live and approve to be up to anybody else's standards but mine. Uh, Obviously, in God's name, like that's a big part of like me like understanding now as well that sometimes the what you gonna want for yourself ain't what he got planned for you. He might have something planned even bigger for you. So taking that hit, the same with like dealing with the injury, it's it's not really I mean it's unfortunate to be injured, but you just understand like damn, like the bounce back gonna go crazy. Like I can't wait to just start rehabbing and start training again. Uh, so it's good to be taking a little break right now because my ass needed like know to sit down. But um, This like just I think this is gonna be the ultimate test for me. Is that like still like even though I've been down this road before, and every time I feel like you get injured, it's just like another obstacle. But it was like they the same, but they're different because this is his own obstacle at the same time. Sound like Kobe Bryant. It's the same animal but the same beast, or the different animal but the same beast. Whatever he said, man. Drop that in the comments. Y'all tell me what he actually said. But yeah, it's I think it is it's definitely a blessing. I think to be able to like struggle in a clear headspace, knowing that like you can always turn to God in any like the hard times you have. It's definitely been helping me a lot. And even when I think about overcoming this injury, I'm like, wow, like he doesn't help me got through it before, so why wouldn't he help me do it again? You know what I mean? Uh, Man, it's definitely a blessing. Let me get some of my water. I don't even know how we really got there, but for real, 'cause I definitely said run the play. I told you I'll start one way and then I go down. That's why I gotta start doing these with people because I start one. We started running the play. And I don't know where we ended off with, but it's gonna be fun looking at that. Uh, Playing. Let me see what other messages I got before I go and cut it. Cause right now we got like 20. Going to the notey notes. Shit, yeah, I don't look like we got too much more. Like I said, I'm not gonna force myself to find ways to talk. But you guys, y'all like want to reach out and have a conversation with me, shit, we can go ahead and record and have a conversation too. Uh, I'm not the best, and that's something that I think I need to grow out of that myself. Is that I'm not really like I'm good with people, but I'm not really too much of like a people person. If that makes sense. Like you might think I'm standoffish if you didn't know me from the side, or like you kind of just like looked at me, but I'm a really like laid back, genuine dude. Like I like to talk to people, interact with people. I'm just not really like one of the first people to engage in interaction. And then uh yeah, and it's just due to me, especially like interacting and using like social media in general. Like I got probably like 700. I'll look at my phone right now. I got 714 unread text messages and 239 um, missed phone calls. So I don't like. I got a phone, but it's like people like for what if I can't even get a hold of you? Like, but that's how like a big part of this is like it's slowly coming along for me in terms of like being more comfortable like posting content and even doing like this talking head stuff. Like I mean, definitely, you just gotta keep on doing it, and then I mean, I guess you start getting a little bit better. You start feeling a little bit more comfortable, and then I feel like that's when you're comfortable and you're in a comfortable space. I feel like that's when you can kind of like start making a little bit more creative decisions, and kind of decide like, well, maybe we could change this and do this because I like how it helps me do this. Like, I mean, you just do things that kind of fit your needs and forget everybody else. I mean, especially like, I guess when it comes to, like doing certain things, if you can't get people along with you, then you just gotta do things yourself. Like, uh, you gotta show some people, hey, this is how you do it, and then maybe they'll want to tag along and then do it. But sometimes people just need a little convincing as well. So, uh, maybe you can be that person in your friend group or in your circle who provides that same thing. I know I get a lot of feedback from my friends, and they tell me, "Hey, bro, like keep on doing your thing." I mean, people, I mean, especially in the flag football circle, like everybody always like saying something positive to me about something. I'm like, "Damn, that's what's up." Like, cause I really feel like to be on here just talking, but people do appreciate it. So, and I think I was talking with my buddy the other day about it, man. Like, if whatever you're doing, only gets one person, and then I feel that's a win. because that one person, feels good about themselves and they go help somebody else, and then you inadvertently help 30 people by helping one person. So, don't ever like minimize your impact. And that's the same way with like people who follow and subscribe and stuff like that. Like, I think it's crazy that 1,800 different people follow this page. Like, that's crazy. I can't even recite 1,800 people's names. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that I've met. At least I don't think I could. And yeah, so it's definitely it's crazy, man. Uh, from my own like personal standpoint to even like experience that, it's cool. Like, definitely puts things into perspective for me for sure. That uh the impact you can have is bigger than just the people you have around you. And if you just continuously keep yourself in that box, then you never gonna you're never gonna reach nobody. And I feel like I might have seen dude at Aristotle Investments. I think that's the dude who probably said it best. Kind of like was the best way I could probably articulate it too. But and I think there's even a Bible verse or something like that. Not good at reciting them, but basically says like a prophet won't be loved in his own hometown. And I think in the same way of like conducting business, I feel like if you're only trying to reach the people in your friend circle, then you probably I feel like that's not really a loss. Like, I feel like we should be trying to reach out and embrace and help one another, uh, or even just extend past where you're at. Like, go touch people around the world. Um, yeah, I think definitely important. Uh, yeah, see, I don't even know that how we end up be ending up right here. Just be talking, but I feel like y'all be enjoying it. So, cause nobody told me to stop. Even they did, I keep on going. You feel me? Nah. Sorry, my knee brace and stuff. Maybe I edit it out. Maybe I keep it in there. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think that might be. I feel like I'll just be milking time, trying to add time. But I'm gonna edit some of this stuff out. Um, yeah, man. I said, I mean, if I got any other thing I could say is to reiterate what I was talking about. I gotta run the play. Just run the play. If it's a bad play, as long as you run the play that you feel good about, that's cool. But you might run a play that you feel good about. You might need people around you to say, hey, bro, that's not the play. Like, so that's why it's important to surround yourself around people as well. But uh, run that play with the confidence that shit gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, the confidence is the biggest piece of it all. Like, don't go and try to run a play that you don't think is gonna work. So, and if it gotta take you a little bit of time to do the research and do that, but don't sit on it. Like, set a deadline for yourself and say, I gotta execute by this date. If I don't execute by this date, then you gotta self discipline yourself at the same time. So take things away from yourself. Like, for me, like, I won't do nothing. Like, say I want to play a video game or something, or I want to just chill, go smoke some hookah or whatever. If I didn't do enough work for that day, then why? Like, what I mean, I'm just not gonna go. Like, and it's easy because bro, how you just not gonna go, or how you just gonna stop yourself from going? Like, you can just get in your car and just go, right? But that's the discipline of it. You know what I mean? Nothing. Nobody's here to hold my hand. Nobody's here to say, hey, you gotta do that at the third. Like, uh, and I'm not perfect with it. Sometimes I'm like, man, I just don't feel like doing shit today. And I just won't. I mean, it is what it is. Just gotta understand, like, things will go how it's supposed to go. So I'm not saying you gotta go 24/7, 365, but it's just saying that, like, you definitely gotta, be honest with yourself. Did you, like, should you be taking a break and not, and actually like using guilt, like, listen to your bodies and shit. It's probably crazy advice coming from somebody who's supposed to be a trainer. He's like, are we ever gonna break? Never. Not over here. Um, sorry, my knee is very uncomfortable, but it's really not really much I can do. So, uh, maybe I'll take a picture and show you how I'm sitting for this podcast. But I'm doing it for the love of the game. You feel me? Uh, yeah, man. I don't know if I got any too much more to talk about. I feel like the energy's kind of dying down a little bit, and that's on my part. But I do think that I did get the good part of the message out. So I mean, a big part of that, y'all, was just like I said, just keep on running the play. Like run that play, run the play, run the play. If you believe in it, keep on doing it. If you don't, like try to switch some things up to make it is something you do believe in. But don't be out here doing nothing that you wouldn't die for. Like for real. Like life's too short to be just, doing the same mundane task every single day. Like unless it's working towards something. But don't never be too comfortable and always, keep God in your life. Uh I want to quote that Drewski video, but I'm not gonna say the last couple words, but uh I do thank you for everybody for the continued support I've been continually getting. Uh, and I look forward to connecting with y'all more in the future. Make sure y'all follow the gram. Y'all follow here, like and subscribe here. Uh, type in the comments too. Let's have a chat about something. I mean, I don't know what the YouTube people be talking about, but we're gonna keep on trying to grow with this as well. But I'm super grateful for all the love and support that I've been getting from everybody, and I'm just ready to keep on going. This is